Welcome back to module 13.7. In this lecture video, I'm going to show you how to solving these quadratic equation involving with geometry. So let's translate again. Right here, the height of a triangle is 6 yards less than the base. So I'm comparing between our height of a triangle and the base. Since I'm only comparing two items, then the item listed at the end should be x. So I will say the base is x. The height is 6 yards less than means subtraction sign, go in front. Less than who? Less than the base. So that's x minus 6. Now how do I set up the equation, which is the next sentence? The area of the triangle is 260. So what that means is it wants me to use the area formula to write out the equation. So the area of triangle is half times base times the height. All right, so let's use that to set up my equation. So that will be half times base x times the height, x minus 6, equal to 260. All right. So since I only got two terms, okay, I want to get rid of this half, so I'm going to multiply both terms by 2. So the half will cancel out, so the left side will just be x times x minus 6 equal to 2 times 260. That will give me 520. All right, so since my first term has parentheses, so I'm going to do a distribution. At the same time, though, I'm going to move my positive 520 to the other side as well, so I can keep my x squared term positive. So this is going to be x squared minus 6x minus 520 equal to 0. All right, let's factor this real quick. For the 520, let's think. For x squared would be x and x. For 520, I know 520 is between 400 and 600. The reason why I'm picking 400 is 20 times 20. 600 is 20 times 30. All right, so I only need the difference of 6. So so my answer will probably be a little bit bigger than 20 and a little bit less than somewhere within 30, 20 to 30. So I'm gonna try 20 first. I know 20 can go into 520. So if I do 520 divided by 20, that will be 26. So that's exactly what I wanted. 20 and 26 will give me the difference of 20. Will give me a difference of 6 in the middle. So now my outer is 26, my inner is 20. I will need to subtract to get to my 6 in the middle. So since the last sign is negative, my choice for the sign is 1 positive, 1 negative. To get a negative 6, I need negative 26 on the outer, positive 20 in the inner. All right, once I factor, we set each factor equal to 0. So move the 20 over. One of my answer is negative 20. The other answer will have to be 26. All right, since we're talking about height and base of a triangle, I can never use a negative, okay, for base. So my answer would just be 26 for base, and the height is 20. All right, so that's all we have to do. All right, let's let's change our shape. This is a rectangle, I think. The width of a rectangle is 7 centimeters less than the width. So now I'm comparing between length and width. So since the length is listed at the end, so I would say the length is x. Let's go back and translate for the width. Width is 7. Less than means subtraction sign go in front, what I just wrote. Less than the length, which is x. So to set up the equation, I would need this area formula right here. The area of a rectangle is 494. So that means length times width length times width will equal to x times x minus 7 will equal to 494. All right, so let's distribute. So at the same time, though, I know I'm going to have x squared minus 7, so the 494 can go ahead and move it over as well. So that will be x squared minus 7x minus 494 equal to 0. All right, let's factor this trinomial here. For 494, let's think about that. We know 494 is also between 400 and 600. So there's 20 times 20 and 20 times 30 for the 600. So earlier I had a 520, and the 520 earlier gave me 20 and 26. Since the 494 is smaller than 520, and I also used 20 earlier, so now I need to go a little bit smaller than 20, okay, to somehow come up with my 494. So the first number lesser than 20 I'm thinking about to use is 19 or 19, because think about this. Does a regular 9 times somebody end with a 4? Ends with a 4. Well, I know 9 times 6 is 54, which ends with a 4. That means the first number I'm going to try for 494 is 19. All right, if 19 doesn't work, I will use 18, because 8 times 3 ends with a 4. So I will try any number here ends with a 4, to somehow get my 494. Oh, I got lucky. 19 and 26. I think the difference is 7 here. 26 minus 19. Yep, the difference is 7. So I got lucky again using 19. So that will be 19 and 26. All right. So since the last sign is negative, this is one positive, one negative. To get negative 7 in the middle, I need negative 26 on the outer, positive 19 in the inner. All right, so once I'm finishing factoring, set each factor equal to 0. So one of my x is going to be negative 19. The other x is going to be positive 26. All right. So since I cannot have a negative length, so my length is going to be positive 26. My width is 26 minus 7, which is 19. Hold on a second. Let me see. All right, this is my two answers. All right, let's look at this last one. This last one is very strange. It says perimeter rectangle is 48. The area is 135. Find the dimension of the rectangle. So basically, this problem, I would need to, in order for me to translate for my length and width, I will need to use the perimeter formula first, and then I'm going to set up my entire equation in a minute using the area formula. So let me just draw you a picture real quick. How can I use the perimeter formula to help me translate for my length and width? We know perimeter normally has length and width. All right. So somebody got to be x between the two items. So I'm going to say the width is x in this case. So I'm going to write it right next to it right here. All right. So what about length? If I say width is x, then what's my length? Well, what I know is the entire perimeter, the 48, comes from 2L plus 2W. Right now I'm calling the width to be x. So I'm going to go ahead and just erase that and put an x right here. So I will need to get, so now I need to translate for the L. So I will need to get L by itself. So let's treat my 2L as the variable term. So to get L by itself, I will need to move my positive 2x over first. So that will give me 2L. I will need to get my 2L equal to 48 minus 2x. So in order to get L by itself, I will divide every term by 2. Divide every term by 2. So this process is how I'm gonna get this how I'm gonna get L by itself. So my L is equal to 24 minus X. Okay. So this problem we don't have, it's not like the previous one where have a translation word between the length and the width. So we would need to use the idea of a perimeter formula to help me to figure out what my length and the width got to be. All right, kind of makes sense, right? Kind of makes sense. Okay, if the width is already x and x, that means it's 48 minus 2x to equal to 2L. So 1L got to be 24. Okay, minus x. All right, now let's use our area formula. Length times width again is equal to the area. So that will be x times 24 minus x equal to 135. All right, so I'm going to multiply this out real quick. So that will be 24x minus x squared equal to 135. All right. So since my x squared is negative, I'm going to move everybody to the right. So that will be 0 equal to positive x squared minus 24x. And still positive 135, right? Positive 24x move over become negative. Negative x squared move over to the right become positive. So let's factor this real quick. 135 though. X and x, 135. It ends with a 5, so I'm thinking 135 divided by 15 first. Maybe it's too big, I don't know. Let's do 5 first. Oh, if I use 5, that is 27 and 5. The difference is actually only 22, not quite 25 yet, so I could use a different number here. Maybe 3, because 3 times 5 ends with a 5. So maybe I divide it by 3, I don't know. That's too far away. 7. 7 times 5 ends with a 5, so I will try with 7. 19 point something. So let me make sure if I'm doing this right. This 135, 28, 24, that's right, everything is right. Oh, let's see, 135. 3 is too far. I'm going to be able to factor this. Why use 5? That's 22. So 6 times nobody ends with a 5. 7 is 19. So that difference is getting closer. Let me use 9. 15 and 9, that's 14. 15 and 9, excuse me, 15 and 9, the difference is 15 minus 9. 15 minus 9, that's probably what, 7? I'm trying to think if I'm doing something wrong here. So 135 is not a very big number, so I don't see why I cannot find it right away. Let me be sure nothing is wrong here. 48 feet. So divide everything by 2, that's 24. That's right. So 24x minus x squared. 135 divided by 15 divided by 13. That's 10. So it's getting closer and closer. I actually need my difference to be quite large. 135 divided by 3. So 45. I need to add up. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about subtract. I need to add up to be 24. I need to add it up to be 24. Because the last sign is positive, so in and outer must be added. That's 20. So this is, if I add them, that's actually not, so if I add these two, that's 32, so that's not gonna work. 135 divided by 7 earlier, which is 19 point something. 135 divided by 9, because 9 times 5 is 45. Alright, so that's 24 right there. I apologize, I was still thinking about subtraction. I need to actually add them. So 15 and 9 will add together equal to 24. So both of these are negative. Alright, set each factor equal to 0. Okay. Alright, so positive sign means both signs got to be the same. Okay, so since my middle term is negative 24, both of these got to be negative. So one of my answer is positive 9. The other one gonna be positive 15. Alright, so I got two sets of answer, basically. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. If I say the width x is 9, right? Then 24 minus 9 got to be 15. If I say the width is 15, then 24 minus 15 will be 9. So either way, even though it looked like I have two sets of answer, I actually only have one set because the two sets are exactly the two same answer. So either way, my length and width got to be what, 15 and 9, regardless which way I'm looking at them. Okay, so this is not like other problem that we done before where sometimes it says positive number, sometimes it does not. When it does not say positive integer, that means I have two sets of answer. But here I only really have one set because this doesn't matter who is 9, length or width, the other answer got to still be 15 no matter what. So my length and width will just be 15 and 9. Alright, so that will conclude this lecture video on solving quadratic equation involving with geometry. Thank you for watching.